back in the woods. The decision was to not take a 00. So took a very leisurely morning. We just got dropped back off at the trailhead. It is 9:30 in the morning and we have a big milestone today. The stay at Station 19E was amazing. We did karaoke last night. I don't know if what I did was called karaoke, but I was there. If you're gonna hike to the class of 2023, Station 19E, most fun hostel so far. We had a few waterfalls today too, so I'll be showing you some waterfalls as well as the big milestone. Talk to you in a bit. We were only in the woods for a few minutes this morning, maybe 10 or so, 15. And now we've just been in this meadow. The trail appears to just continue right up the middle of it. It's a beautiful spring morning. It was 32 early, but I think it's probably close to 50 now. The high today is 60. And I believe, I don't want to jinx it, but the next 5 or 6 days is supposed to be blue skies and beautiful weather. So Roadrunner just pointed out that the highest peak way in the distance is Roan High Knob. That's where we stayed the last day we were hiking. So that looks like Roan High Knob, and then I'll zoom in a second, but well, the camera starts focusing up close on my finger. So right there, you can see are the balds with no trees that we hiked over. So we started at the highest point and we worked those balds all the way into the station 19E, or took the day off of hiking, and then have come all the way to here. It looks so far away to have covered that kind of distance in just less than 1 day of hiking.
Oh, that's so cute.
So check this out. Just in the middle of the woods, it's a beautiful cemetery. It's called the Isaac Cemetery. We're gonna go inside and check it out and see maybe if it's like a family cemetery, or I love looking at the graves that are really old, like from the 1800s, but these all look much newer. Maybe back over there could be some older ones. Let's go check it out.
This person, their partner's been dead for over 40 years. They're still alive.
Oh, this one's a baby, it looks like. It was born July 27th and died October 12th of 1971.
An old ass one. Oh no, that one's really flat.
This is obviously a newer stone, but David A. Yates was born in 1847 and lived to 1941. Wow, check this one out. It looks like it was born in 1818 and died 1918. This person was just over 100 years old. That's incredible. Today has been such a beautiful day. It's a little windy right now, but we're just kind of bouncing in and out of these meadows, across several roads. Now we're going back into a pine forest. There were some climbs a little bit at the beginning, but the climbs have been mild, knock on wood. It has just been like, I don't even know, magical kind of day. Check out this old metal scooter. The front wheel appears to be steel. That's gotta be worth something, right? Okay, question from my Uncle Roger. What's this thing worth? Do we need to pack this thing out? Let's see how heavy it is. Oh, it's like heavier than my pack. Come on, Roger, let me know how much comment below how much this thing worth. Hey guys, guess what? We are at a huge milestone. Check this out.
400 miles. Holy moly.
I can't believe it, guys. 400. This is pretty incredible. This means I only have 102 miles of trail that I've done. We're getting so close to new territory. Awesome. So when I got to this point last year on my section hike, this was a really cool painted 400, and there was a lot of hubbub over whoever was painting these trees, and it was not leave no trace, so they scratched them all off. But I remember when I was right here last year, I knew I only had one more 100-mile mark before I had to go back home. You can come on through. So this is pretty neat. This time we have like 17 more of these 100-mile markers.
Woohoo!
Rock on. This is Jones Falls. Water is so cold. This is a reward, well deserved. 400 miles. I think I cheered up a little bit. I did cheer up a little bit after we left the 400-mile marker. We just walked 400 miles from Georgia. Now we're in Tennessee. We've already finished Georgia, finished North Carolina, and we're not too far from finishing Tennessee. I'm almost to Virginia on the Appalachian Trail. This is really living. We came just off the AT. The AT is just up this bank, just to come down next to this river. Today has just been like absolutely beautiful and magical. Look at this. Wow. Wowza!
Wowza!
What did you say? Wowza!
I got it!
This more beautiful, beautiful morning. Actually, I think it's afternoon now. Look at this water. The river hooks around that way. The trail continues up here. And we've had some stretches in the woods today, but today so far has just been like walking through these little meadows. Look at this, it's freaking amazing. We got Jones Falls. I believe we've got another fall coming up. All right, we're coming up on yet another big waterfall for the day. This is called Mountaineer Falls. And as we approach Mountaineer Falls, there's like a little gnome thing in the rocks, having a little tent party. Okay. See if I can do this without falling in the water. Okay, now I'm gonna go up around there. All right, we got a bench with an amazing view just randomly on the trail, and Roadrunner has this awesome sense of geography and an app on her phone where she is now telling us what all the mountain peaks are in the distance. So the one over here is Hump Mountain, and that one is Little Hump Mountain. Those are the ones we climbed 2 days ago, I guess. Right before we had our rest day at Station 19E. It looks so far away.
Well, this is what we couldn't see.
We are,
Couldn't see the bench.
yeah, I guess you're right. It was so like foggy and nasty.
We couldn't see the bench.
Yeah, maybe we could have saw that bench if it was clear.
Like, oh, darn it.
Huh.
What's that bench?
Well, sometimes life's a bench and you just can't see it. We found the coolest stealth spots. Cheeseball's gonna camp right there. Fox and Roadrunner, I think, are gonna camp right over there. And then I'm gonna camp right there. We have an awesome water source. We have a little fire pit and it's early in the evening. So we're just gonna chill by this water. How awesome is this? Hello, hello. What an amazing day we've had. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different here just for this next 3-day stretch. I normally do one video normally covers 3 days. I'm going to try to do daily videos for 3 days and see how difficult it is to keep all the videos in order and all that. So we're gonna see how this works out. So today was awesome. We hit the 400-mile mark. It was just like a magical day. The weather was beautiful. It's beautiful right now. It's in the 60s. I think it even got close to 70. And we have the most amazing stealth campsite. It's probably it for sure is the best campsite that I've had at all on this trip. All 4 of us are right by this water, this rushing creek. I showed you that a little bit ago. We may even have a little fire later next to the water. I think it's about 5:30. I'm all set up here. I think they're getting closer, already set up as well. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I got some questions started with my cousin Carrie, and then a couple other people asked questions about shoes and socks. So I have some foot problems. After the 510-mile section hike I did last year, I could not feel my middle toes for a couple months. Long story short, which I'm not good at, I went to the doctor, then a podiatrist, and I've got it all figured out now. And so I'm doing really well with my feet. I've had not one blister, knock on wood, and we've done 410 trail miles, actually more than that, including the approach trail. So that's good. I have very little foot pain. My feet hurt on days that my socks are soaked. But I mean, if you're doing 16 to 20 miles, I've only done over 22 twice, I think, but getting quite a few days up over 15, between 15 and 20. And yeah, my feet hurt a little bit, just like they would if you're standing or all day or walking all day, but it's not a bad pain, nothing like I dealt with in the past. So let me tell you what I'm doing. Not that this is going to work for you. If you are part of the class of 2023 or just looking for advice on footwear, this is not advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Everybody's feet are so different. People, stop going on the Facebook groups and asking what shoes should I buy for hiking. It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to try a lot and maybe go to a doctor if you're going to try to do miles like, over 2,000 miles. So after buying more than 15 pair of shoes, thank you REI for the free returns. I have settled on these Hoka Challenger ATRs. They smell really bad. I've got about 500 miles on these, and they are just disgusting. They've been soaked several times. Ugh. No more appetite now. So for me, I have my normal running shoe size is a 13 4E or an extra wide. There is like no good reputable trail runner made in a 4E or 13 4E. So this shoe works really good for me, and these are so crushed now. If I set these down, and you may be able to tell on the camera, the toe points up more. My problems are all on the ball of the foot and further. So I wear these. I had to go to a 14 wide, so that's the size of these. And then I also have to lace the shoes differently to allow for more give for the width in the forefoot. So these shoes have been working great so far. I was trail running and doing a lot of hiking and walking in another pair. These were brand new when I started. I also have some Power Step insoles, and these are the ones with the metatarsal pads. I have hammer toes, which ended up leading to Morton's neuromas, which was my problem in the past. However, this combination of shoe and these insoles are working amazingly well for me. And then these are Hoka, let me see, Hoka 11 or Hoka, what is it? Hoka 11, I think is the name. So the Hoka Challengers, and these are the Challengers ATR version 6. Someone asked me, Carrie said, how long do those last? Generally, running shoes last 400 to 500 miles, depending on the kind and whatever. And even though other than being filthy and gross, the toes are fully stuck, everything looks okay. However, the cushion tends to really break down. apparently. The treads are even pretty good on these, all things considered. I mean, all the rocks and everything. So I've been wearing these. I have probably 430 or 440 miles on these. Right now I am about 70 miles from Damascus, 60 miles from Damascus. I have a brand new pair of shoes and insoles. Hopefully they are already or will be waiting for me in Damascus. So I plan to go through probably 5 pair of shoes. 5 pair of shoes and insoles. Every time I replace shoes, I will also replace the insoles. So that's the deal on shoes. As far as socks, a lot of people do different things. A lot of hikers love the Ingenji toe liners, or the Ingenji liners, which are like toe socks that like hug each foot individually. I don't do any of that. It doesn't work for me as well. I wear 1 pair of medium cushion, darn tough socks. And let me see if I can show you. Somebody asked me, Tim, you asked me if these had holes in them. This is the sock. I've been wearing these for 500 miles, and I only have a few pair of these, and I hiked about 800 miles in the last year. I think about 800. Between 2 or 3 pair of socks. So these socks both pairs I'm carrying have a good bit of miles on them. No sign of holes, no sign of wear. Darn tough are made in the USA. I wish they should be sponsoring me for this. They're a little pricey. I think these are probably 20 bucks or so. However, they are lifetime guarantee. You get a hole in one and darn tough will replace them. So that's what I wear. I'm carrying a total of 3 pair of socks. I have 2 pair exactly like this that I wear. And I was asked how often do I change them, or if I turn them inside out. No, I don't ever turn them inside out, because the way they're designed to stretch and do different things in different places, I don't turn them inside out. So if I'm out for 5 days, I'm probably going to wear the first pair for 3 days and then switch and use the other pair for the second 2 days. Just kind of depends on how long I'm out. But I usually wear them 3 days or so before I switch to the other pair. The third pair of socks I'm carrying are a little bit higher sock, but it's also a darn tough medium cushion. Those are my sleep socks. So I keep them in my, somewhere. I keep them in my DCF dry bag. There's some clothing in here that I keep dry. Stay on my feet in camp or in this dry bag. I never let them get wet. So those are my 3 socks. And in an emergency, since those are also the same type of sock and a cushion sock, I could hike in those as well, but I never have yet. I don't intend to, but I did choose a sleep sock that could do double duty if necessary. The only other thing on footwear, other than my Hokas, I do carry a pair of these fancy, they're not real Crocs, they're the Dollar General Crocs. I think they're like $6 for these. The color's not great. These are actually lighter than a regular Croc. I think these are size 13 or 14. I'm not sure which. In a regular Croc that weighs about a pound. I weighed these on my gram scale at home. I think these come in right at 10 ounces. So they're lighter than Crocs. And I do carry these for camp shoes. If your shoes are soaked and you've been in wet, cold socks and shoes all day, you need something to let your feet air out and dry out around camp. The other thing, these work as shower shoes in hostels. You don't want that athlete's foot or any whatever nastiness around some of those showers. So I wear these as shower shoes. In bigger water crossings, I would wear these, but mostly they're just my camp shoes. Yes, some people don't carry camp shoes, but it's 10 ounces, worth every bit. So that's pretty much it on shoes. I think that's all I've got. Yeah, that's it. No more, that was all the questions I had about shoes and socks and foot pain and all that. So I'm going to wrap up today, and I will try to do another video tomorrow, and then the next day we'll be going into boots off. We're not going to stay in the hostel. I think we're just going to camp in the yard, because it's like, as you've figured out, these plans change, but we have tentative plans most of the time. We plan to camp in the yard, just in our tents at Boots Off Hostel. It's like 15 bucks. That includes shower and a shuttle to town to resupply and go to get some kind of town food. So that's in 2 days. So I will try to do this video today, 1 video tomorrow, and a video the next day, and then we're gonna see how that goes and the uploading and all that. And I don't know that I'm gonna go to daily videos. It's probably not gonna happen, but I'm just trying this out to see how it works. Hope you all have a good night. I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of this amazing campsite. Have a good night.